evening, America. I am Earl Shrivler.
And I'm Hankleman.
And this is Golf Central's Out of Bounds. We've got a lot to cover tonight, including Jacques Sparrows' attempt to qualify for the 2012 Matt Moore Invitational. Hank, can you fill us in?
I can. Fan favorite Jacques Sparrow took an illegal drop on hole number 3. He has been disqualified from the qualifier and will not participate in the MMI. Our Holly Saunders is naked, standing by.
So Jacques, we saw you out there in 3 today, and you obviously clearly made a legal drop. Can you elaborate on this drop?
That's what they said. They said that make a little drop. I don't necessarily think that this is the case.
Have you seen footage of your drop?
I've seen footage. What did you think of my drop?
Watching tape, I thought that it was illegal. You used your foot. Rusty, roll the tape. You can clearly see where Jacques Sparrow drops the ball in the 3rd fairway, and he uses his foot as a foot wedge. Are those legal these days?
I don't think that's legal.
Didn't you use one in 2008 to win the tournament?
I did.
Well, then they're damn sure legal.
Nobody was watching.
It's been a long 6 years, Hank, since I've been back to the pristine St. Ives and the Matt Moore Invitational. Can you give us a little insight on what we expect the players to see this week?
Yes, I can. The golf course is playing, it's very dry, it's firm, it's fast.
Kind of like the last girl I hooked up with. One of the things that's interesting to talk about is those who have never won the Matt Moore Invitational green jacket go into the most valuable player. And there's 2 names that come to mind. Bill Moore and Colin Norris. Who do you think is going to step out of the shell and take it home this year?
If I was a betting man, and I am, I'm going with Norris. Norris, he's moved to the north of us. He's with his wife now, and he's had a lot of time to sit down by himself and think about this tournament. And the firm fairways are going to play in his favor for the extra distance, so I like Colin.
I couldn't disagree more. I think the Grizzly veteran, Bill Moore, who's got one of the finest combed beards in all of the land, really, is really going to come out of the shell and use that left swing to his advantage. He's got one of the best looking, wives in the field. So
yes,
I think he'll use that as his advantage, along with his length and his years of wisdom. Hank, one of the most fascinating parts of this tournament, my particular favorite, is the women that attend the tournament.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
It's good.
We've got wives and we've got girlfriends, and we just have those girls who are finding themselves. Who would you just say would be the clear-cut, best-looking female out there?
Well, barring my wife from watching this, I would have to go with a Jessica Toe. She's a
very bronze.
She's a bronze lady. She's a solid choice to win this award. She's always got her Asian swagger, which is very interesting.
I would have to say there's either Kirkland Casimir always just is out there to impress, Jackie Barr, Melissa Walker. Those 3 wags are pretty solid. Wives, athletes, girlfriends.
A little bit washed up, a little bit of a has-been, but they could make their comeback.
Yeah,
this could be their time to make their comeback.
2012 is the year.
It is 2013.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But they could make their comeback, so we're looking forward to that.
Another real thing to watch is the Best Beer Drinker Award, given annually to the one who pounds the most liquid out there. We're not talking water here, Hank. We're talking straight up alcoholic beverage.
I got you.
Who do you see? Who do you see win it this year? Patrick Moore won it in 2002 when he at the ripe age of 10. And that was very impressive. And then Bill Moore, his father, who taught him so well, has won it a few times. Talk about those 2 along with the favorite, Jeff Dunn.
Well, I pose this question to you, Earl. What constitutes a good beer drinker? What do these guys have to do to capture the trophy? This is the real award of the tournament.
I really think, Hank, that it really comes down to one who consumes the most beverage, whether it's alcohol or beer, and can hold it the best. Which brings up the point: has Jeff Dunn really done this over the years?
Like anyone this day and age, I look to the internet for help. After many hours of hard work, I felt like I finally found some great stuff. And then my arm got tired, and I knew how to get back on track.
Hank, one of the most underappreciated awards out here is Best Dressed. The past winners have been Carson Daniels, whose girlfriend has notoriously dressed him to the T. We've got Matt Moore, Brad Rayburn, but Cargos have long left us. Who do you see as being a key factor in this Best Dressed award?
Barring a Matt Roberts return to this event, I would say be Carson Daniels. He really brings his A game. He's probably deciding between 100 shirts and 100 pants right now, maybe a few belts. He might wear all of it. He might have a wardrobe change during the middle of the round. just to ensure his victory in this. It's that important to him. He might not even bring his golf clubs.
Just
clothes. Just a suitcase. It's that important to him. So I look for Carson to really to grab a hold of this award again.
You know, Hank, you know, one of the most special things about this tournament is the fact that Hudson, St. Ives' longest employee, is the starter on this event. And my favorite Hudson member is, I was a 15-year-old boy walking out there, and I was in the pro shop trying to just buy a sleeve of balls or a glove, to play the round. He goes, "Hey, Weathington over there, you can't even afford to buy a pack of tees."
Classic Hudson.
Now, Hank, I really think that the 12th annual Matt Moore Invitational is going to be a darn good one because it's for a good cause, and that's hope for Steve. And Steve December has been battling ALS for the last few years, and we're all coming together, and it's great to see people participating, ones who we don't even necessarily know, donating money, sponsoring holes, and just really chipping in, everybody getting involved to raise money for a good cause. And I'm really glad and happy and honored to be a part of this and see it.
Right.
And it should be a great event.
And a special thanks to all of our sponsors, too, for contributing such nice gifts and prizes for this event. It's really nice, and a special thanks goes out to them and the whole community here. So thank you for everybody for participating and donating to such a great event.
We have a great tournament in store. It's been a pleasure with you, Harry Hankleman.
Hey, Earl.
I love you, mate. I love you. It's really been great.
Yeah.
We've hit on some of the favorites to win this, but let's talk about some of those guys who are just looking to bear the conditions and break 100. One of them is a local from Cumming, Georgia. His name is Taylor Popp. He's got 70s rock star type hair, and he's not really comfortable, hitting off grass, rather smoking it. I really could see Dan Friedgood, his sixth event at the time of the Matt Moore, and he's really due for a big event. He's been getting his pants hemmed and hemmed every year, filling that 5'3" frame. But he really has been working his ball lately, and he is one of the crowd favorites. And I could see him poking a few 203-yard drives out there and really going low. We were running a story on some of the new competitors in the field, and one of them that is very surprising is Chris Sigfinger Foster. He hails from Alpharetta, Georgia, and he's coming off via a win on the Redtube.com tour. Can you fill us in a little bit of his game?
Yeah, Beam Foster he's a good player. He's a slight guy. He's coming in at about 95 pounds, soaking wet. He's got a lot of swagger to him, coming off the Redtube.com tour, #1 on the money list.
He is sponsored by Adams Hybrid Clubs, and he usually works the ball really well left to right with his 8 hybrid.
Earl, if you haven't heard, playing for the first time since 2009 is Jeff Salatino, alien from the Great White North, up in Canada.
Who cares? Another huge topic in this Matt Moore Invitational is which Weathington brother is really the favorite. Both of them have their track record. They're both formerly walking Weathingtons, and they're both really woolish right now. So which one do you see as being the clear-cut favorite?
I personally think Austin has the slight advantage in this matchup. I feel like his low ground game is a key to victory. He's been there in the toughest of times. Barely surviving 18 holes. That wears on a guy, and he's got a lot of scar tissue built up.
I couldn't disagree with you more. I would say Ryan Weathington. He's got a severe case of dyslexia. Last year he shot 76, but he signed for 67.
That's tough.
The guy really knows how to use his pencil, and this could be a real key contributor to him going low. And the fact that he's coming off a rough breakup and he's single, and he's really hitting on all cylinders off the course. So that's who I see as winning in that matchup.